Hello students, today we will be starting with chapter 6, that is square and square roots. Okay, so here we will be omitting few of the unnecessary topics. So as we do the video, you will see I'll be explaining and telling in the video itself which are the things that will not be required for the session. As you know, according to the CBSE regulations, few of the things from we can omit. So the unnecessary part will be omitting it. We will not need all the part of the exercise or the chapter. So I'll be explaining that things, the necessary ones, and I'll be also mentioning the things that will be omitting in our syllabus. So let's get started with the exercise. So before getting ready with the exercise, I know that you have got exponents and powers in your last class, that is in class 7. Okay, so here we know we have to find out the square of a number. We'll have different properties of our square numbers, and also we'll at the end of our chapter we'll know how to find the square root of a number. So all of us know that what is a square of a number. A square of a number is a number multiplied to itself. Suppose there is a number, say a square. A square means what? A into a. Okay, for example, if I say 2 square, that means 2 into 2, which is equal to 4. Suppose I take another number, that is say 5 square, it will be equal to what? 5 into 5, which is equal to 25. So in this way we'll find out the square of different numbers, and different questions are there. Let's get started with exercise 6.1. Now let us see what is in question number 1 of exercise 6.1. It is given, what will be the unit digit of the squares of the following numbers? So unit digit. Now see, if you have to find the square of a number, suppose this, it is a single digit number, so it's not a problem here. If we have to find the square of a number, suppose we are taking any number, then we have to find the unit place digit of that. So what we will do here, let's see, question number 1 is 81. Okay, so if you see, the unit place is what? 1. So if I find out the square of 1, it will be what? 1 into 1 is equal to 1. So whenever I find out the 81 square, that is 81 into 81, will give me a certain number where the units place digit will be 1. That is, the number will end with 1. So we don't have to find out the square of 81. We have to find out the units place digit that will come when we find the square of this particular number. So what will it be? So we'll write it down this way. This is just for your understanding. You will write this one. So let us see what is the statement written as. The unit digit of 81 is 1, and the square of this unit digit, that is 1, is equal to 1 into 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, the unit digit of 81 square is equal to 1. So you just have to write it this way. I'll show you 2 more. There are many questions till question number 10. 1 to 10 are there. Let me show you another 2. So let us do number 2 now. See, it's 272. What is the unit place? You can see it's 2, and it is the unit digit of 272 is 2. And when you find the square of 2, that is 2 into 2, it will give you 4. So what will be the unit digit when you find the square of this number? It will become 4. Now I'll show you whenever we found the square of this number, we got a single digit number, so that was not a problem. Now let us see here in number 3, it is 799. What is the unit place digit here? 9. When you find a square, you get 81, because 9 nines are 81. Now see, 81 is a 2-digit number. You want only the unit digit. So what we do? We don't take 8, we take the unit digit. So in 81, the unit digit is 1. Therefore, the unit digit of 799 square is equal to 1. Okay, so we find it whenever you have a 2-digit number. So you will take the units place of the 2-digit number that you have found. So from here, you will try the remaining sums. That is from question number 4 to question number 10. In the similar way, write down the statements and you will do this sums as homework. So this will be your homework from question number 1. Okay, now let us move on to question number 2. Now what is given in question number 2? Let's see that one. It's given the following numbers are obviously not perfect squares. Means it's already mentioned that they are not perfect square number. So what are the reason? We have to give reason for each of them. So we'll write a generalized reason for them. I will show you a generalized reason. You can write down for each of the numbers. You can write down the reason separately. Now all of you know that there are few properties of a perfect square number which you have got. I have given you that a note has been given to you. You will see in that document file, and you can even see your textbook. The things are given. Now you know the square of a number. Okay, for question number 2, you will see the square of a number it may end with 0, okay, 1, 5, 6 or 9. It may. I'm not saying that it must. Every number that ends with this will not be. Okay. And in order to be a perfect square number, the number of zeros should be even number of zeros. Okay. Even number of zeros if they have, then also a number, I can say it's a perfect square number. But, so these are perfect square numbers, but the numbers which ends with 2, then 3, 7, 8 and odd number of zeros. Odd number of zeros are definitely not perfect square numbers. Okay, so that is one of the easiest way of finding. Now say this, I am saying may. Every number that ends with 5 or every number that ends with 1 or 6 or 9 will not be a perfect square number, but they will be a perfect square number. Suppose I can say 49. 49 is a perfect square number. 7 sevens are 49. Whereas 29 is not a perfect square number. Okay, but any number that ends with this will never be a perfect square number. So let us see how will we do these questions. Okay, so number 1 we have 1057. Now 1057, you don't have to write yes, this or no, this is not a perfect square number, because it's mentioned in the question itself that it is not a perfect square number. I only need to write the reason. So how will I write the reason? Has 7 in its units place. Okay, it has 7 in its units place. Okay, so I can write it cannot be a perfect square. So that's it. Okay. Similarly, if you can see question number 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. So you know that number 3, then it has a digits 3. So it will also, you can write has 3 in its units place digit. So it cannot be a perfect square number. Okay, so you can write it that way. So it can be same for question number 3, then question number 7. Okay, sorry 6. Now if you see question number 5, here you have a number 6, 4 and there are 3 zeros. Now it has how many? This has odd number of zeros. See, there are 3 zeros here, odd number of zeros. Okay, odd number of zeros, right? So it cannot be a perfect square. So that is it. Okay, similarly for like according to the zero, odd number of zeros, we can see question number 7. Also we can see question number 8. They have even odd number of zeros. Also they cannot be perfect square numbers. So please try the remaining ones and write down the reason as it is. Try the remaining ones. Okay, same thing I have already explained you. Remaining sums of question number 2, you will write it down as it is, as I have done this one. Okay, please do this. Okay, now we'll see question number 3. Let's do question number 3 now. Okay, now what is in question number 3? Let's see here. It's given the square of which of the following numbers would be odd numbers. Now before doing this sum, we know that there is a property of a square number, that the square of odd number, okay, whenever it's odd numbers, will always give you, okay, square of odd numbers will always give you odd number, and square of even numbers will always give you even number and even number. So remember this. Okay, so now you see here 4 numbers are given. Question number 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can see number 1, that is 431, and number 3, that is 7779 are odd numbers, and the remaining other 2, that is 2826 and 82004 are even numbers. So I want to know the square of which numbers give me odd numbers. So obviously I can write, therefore the squares of question number 1, that is 431, and question number 3, what do we have here? In question number 3 we have 7779, okay, will be odd numbers. That's it. Okay, so here we have this. Now if there is even numbers given and they ask you which of the square of which gives me even number, then you will choose the even ones. Okay, now as I have told you that we will be omitting some of the things that are unnecessary, so we will not do the interesting patterns or all these sums. We will not do that. Okay, so as to compress the syllabus a little bit, we will remove the unnecessary parts. So here from this exercise, question number 4, 5 and 6 are not required because we are not going to do the different interesting patterns. So I have written out here. When you see this, you will understand you are not required to do this. Okay, so I hope you have understood. So we'll continue with the next remaining sums. So in question number 7 it's given, without adding find the sum. So before doing the sum for question number 7, we'll use this property. You don't have to write for the solution, just I am writing that. We know that sum of first n odd natural numbers is n square. Means if there are n odd numbers, first odd numbers are like 1, 3, then 5 sequentially, not in a random way. Then after 5, 7, 9, 11, so on. So if we add them, if there are n numbers, then their sum will be n square. So you see here the question is given, number 1, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. So without doing actual addition, we will not just plus 1 plus 3 equal to 4. No, not that way. See, all of these are odd numbers and serially, given serially. So what I can do, how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 square. Okay? Whatever numbers are there, square it. It will give me 25. If you want to see if your answer is correct, just add the number. You will see, you will find 25 here. Similarly, for question number 2. Okay? Question number 2, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 numbers are there. All are sequentially written odd numbers, natural numbers. So here it will be 10 square, which will be equal to 100. So without adding, see, this takes lesser number of time than adding all the numbers and doing the calculation. Okay, the last one we have number 3. Again you see here how many numbers we have? We have 12 numbers. This is for question number 3. So if there are 12 numbers, 12 square, which will give me 144. This is the way we do the sum. Okay. Then next one is the reverse of this. Question number 8, it's given express 49 as the sum of 7 odd numbers. Okay, let's see this. Question number 8, 1. So the number given is 49. Now I have to do it in the reverse way. I have been given this and I have to write down the series of numbers. Now I have to know how many numbers are there. We know that since 49 is equal to what? 7 into 7, that is 7 square. Yes, it's a perfect square number, 7 square. So 7 square can be written as what? 49 will be equal to sum of first 7 odd natural numbers. Right? So what are the first 7 odd natural numbers? We'll start with 1. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13. Okay, so this here we have the 7th one. And what will you do? You will try question number 8 2. Okay, the same way here we have another number. Okay, so next is question number 9. Okay, the last sum for today's exercise. So here it is given, how many numbers lie between the square of the following numbers. So there is another property. Let's see that. It says that between n square and n plus 1 square, means suppose the number is 2, the next number is what? 3. So between 2 square and 3 square, there will be 2n non-perfect square numbers. Okay, so number 1 is given as, I will show you one here, 12 and 13. Are they not n and n plus 1? So what we have to do, between 12 square and 13 square, there are how many numbers? There are twice n. 2n numbers. 2n means the first one, and so n here is 12. So it will be 24 numbers are there. So if you find out 12 square is how much? 144. 13 square is 13 13s are 169. If you count, you will see that there are 24 numbers in between them. Just multiply 2 with the first number, that is n number. Okay, so your homework from this will be question number 2 and question number 3. So I hope the explanation was helpful. The whole exercise have been explained here. Please try to do the sums that I have given to do it to you, so that you will understand and practice it better. We'll continue with the remaining exercises in our next video. Everyone, thank you everyone. Have a nice day.